Yes, YouTube, I hope that you're good. It's Ben Hawks, the Coach Consultant, and today I'm going to be covering the single, without question, most important thing that you always need to be focusing on now, in the future, and evolving, and that is your offer. Everybody has heard of the term an offer you can't refuse. And in the fitness industry, there's definitely a mixed bag of information and conflict on what an actual offer is. And by the end of this video, you are going to have 10 times more confidence on what an offer is, why it's so important, how to use it, how to build one, how to evolve one, and also how to actually take it to market, because it's really, really important to get this right, because genuinely your offer will dictate absolutely every single thing that you do with marketing, lead generation, acquisition, sales, emails, paid media, how you resolve problems in your program, literally everything. Imagine that the offer is the skeleton to your business. Everything else on top of that is basically just additions. But if you don't have the skeleton, it doesn't hold together. So what is an offer, and how to create an impactful offer and really kind of create as much clarity as humanly possible to take it to market and get an offer you can't refuse. This is a really, really good place to start. You've got this banner behind me, which has got the Propel project on there and the Propel program. On there, what you've got is you've got a list of all the courses names. You've got the list of all the one-to-one staff that you have with acquisition and sales, business development, social media, and client success directors. But it's just a list of features, right? That is not my offer in any way, shape, or form. All I'm doing there is literally just listing out, this is what this is. That is not an offer. And this is one of the biggest areas that fitness professionals go wrong, because they go, oh, what are you offering? And what they'll do is they'll send diet plan, training plan, supplement plan, 24-hour response, or whatever it is. And you get this standard bullet point list, basically, what everybody sends out when someone asks what they do, right? That is not an offer in any way, shape, or form. That is deliverables, and that is, again, features. If we are looking to actually take an offer to market, then we need to be looking at how it's actually positioned. If it is just a list of features and benefits and outcomes and deliverables, that is not positioned in a strong way in any way, shape, or form, because everybody is doing that. So what we've got to really think about is, right, what is the actual structure to an offer? What type of content do I need to have in there? So when I talk about this, or when someone asks me about this, it's going to be positioned in a place where people are actually, that's talking to me, that's solving my problems, that's giving me loads of confidence. And from that point, someone's going to be in a much, much better point of assurance and confidence to actually take action. So your offer is not a list of benefits. It is not a list of key features. It is not a list of deliverables. It is how you're positioning what you do in a short form message, a long form message, and as an actual statement. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a step-by-step example on how you actually formulate that. So what is the actual fundamentals, the pillars, the foundations, the structures of creating an irresistible offer? It's going to be underpinned into these 5 areas. You've got number 1, which is motivation. We've got number 2, which is aspirations. We've got number 3, which is problems. Number 4, which is pain. Number 5, which is assurance. In short, if you can motivate someone about their aspirations by talking about their problems while putting them under pain and creating assurance and confidence behind that pain, that is how you're going to make a substantial amount of money. So do not come into this and rush it. Do not put all this together really, really quick and just throw it out there, because this is so hyper specific to you and your vision. It's hyper specific towards that niche and actually what you're providing inside your program. So when we're basically looking at these motivating factors as a starting point, what you've got to imagine here is this is their initial drive. Right? Before someone can even think about what their goals are, or if someone can actually articulate where they've got problems, they need to be in a point of being motivated enough to actually think, I want to change this situation right now. I do not want to be here. As an easy example, I'm stood here right now. If I wanted to walk over to my camera, I would have to have some form of motivation to be like, oh, right, I'm gonna take that first step. So that's basically the first point that you want from that offer, is where someone's actually gonna feel motivated to get to that point of having that initial drive to come in and think, actually, yeah, I like what this person's talking about. The next one is to make sure that you're actually, when you've got your initial drive, you are then leading towards someone's actual aspirations and goals. Because if someone comes in and you've motivated them, which is absolutely mint, but then you're talking about aspirations and goals, which actually does not relate to that niche and what you can provide in your program, then potentially things are going to fall down straight away. So we've got to make sure that we are really, really aligning the key goals and key aspirations of this niche to initiate obviously the next part of the response. From that point, we need need to be coming in and actually articulate and pointing out the problems that people are experiencing, because that there in turn will actually create confidence for someone, even as a byproduct. If you can highlight someone's problems and if you can provide solutions to their problems, even with free value, they are going to start to trust you a little bit more. If you are, for example, motivating someone, you're talking about their goals, but the problems that you're talking about has got nothing to do with what's stopping them from keeping motivating their aspirations, it's going to fall apart, right? We don't want to do that, obviously. The next thing that we've got to do is create a form of action. So as you'll have seen on many YouTube videos before, I've spoke so much about pain. Pain will create action. Pain is an environment dictates changes, and basically from that point we have to create pools of pain. We have to create this situation where someone actually wants to take action, because if there's no pain associated, someone will not take action, and that is not what we want. We want people to be thinking, I'm confident enough to move forward from this point. And that leads me into my final one, which is confidence and assurance, like I've done on a previous video. So when we're looking at actually formulating our offer, right, this in essence needs to be a short form statement, it needs to be a long form statement, it needs to be articulated in the right type of manner to actually present to the market in terms of landing pages, funnels, copywriting, emails, on pitch decks. When someone asks you in a conversation, you can just roll it off your tongue like that. So straight away, someone's going to be at that point where they're like, actually, well, I was just expecting diet plan, training program. I wasn't expecting all of these unique solutions or all of these different areas. And if I were going to dive into the length of an offer, like you're talking about 35, 40 pages long in terms of that. But what I'm trying to do is get straight to the point and keep it simple in this video. You need to motivate someone. You need to talk about their aspirations. You need to know the problems. You need to put them in the pain. You need to create assurance, for them to take action. If you can do that via your offer, people will pay you, people will work with you. If you do not motivate someone, they are not going to even get to a point of having that initial drive and interest in what you're talking about. If you are not talking about the right type of goals and aspirations for someone in that niche, they're not going to be interested, because even if they like everything else, you put them under pain, talking about goals that don't matter to them. From that point, if you do not know someone's actual problems they're experiencing right now, they are not going to trust you, or they will think that you are solving different problems to obviously what they're going through. Then you need to be making sure that you can actually put someone under pain in terms of all the different ways that we can come in and do that. And finally, you need to have as much confidence and assurance as possible. So testimonial videos, results, screenshot feedbacks, data metrics, subjective feedback, objective feedback. You need to have an artillery of assurance and confidence. So if someone gets to this point where they're like, look, I'm in pain now, I've taken action, I've booked a call, right, from that point, I need to be in a little bit more pain again. But most importantly, for me to make this decision right now to work with you, I need to have a lot more assurance, I need to have a lot more confidence, and that is going to come from social proof and evidence, guys. What I want you to imagine right now is that this is rolling off your tongue. You've got that much confidence and conviction behind it, because that's what you're going to need to get a response from people. So as a starting point, we help X niche to achieve these goals by overcoming these problems, to avoid this pain via this method, which is our unique solution, to join X amount of results. So if I basically went onto the board there, imagine, I just want you to write that out right now and just practice it, just roll it off the tongue. So we help X specific niche to achieve these X goals by overcoming X problems, to avoid X pain via this X solution, and then obviously to join X amount of people. If you then compared that against a list of features, if you are speaking to the right person and you're speaking to the right person within your niche, what are they going to choose? Are they going to choose that, or are they going to choose this? They are 100% of the time going to choose the thing that is isolating them as a person, isolating their hyper-specific goals, pointing out their problems, solving their pain, creating unique solutions, and joining X amount of people just like them who've achieved that result, right? This is so important to understand, guys. So what I want you to do is write that out, and I want you to practice it, reword it, restructure it, speak to someone else, and then obviously from that point you can start potentially taking it to market or adjusting what you are currently doing now, right? And like I said, this type of stuff here is on landing pages, websites, funnels, social media, Instagram bios, email sign-offs, pitch decks, conversations in person, referrals, everything. This becomes everything. This is like your hymn sheet. This is your Bible. This is what you live and breathe off. That's why it's so important to not only just build it the first time, but continuously go back and refine it as you go along. And there we have it, an easy overview of what an actual offer is. I could have gone into so much more detail there, but I just don't think it's needed for this video. To put into perspective, the content I have for our clients on this is around 6 hours long and 90-page documents and loads of tasks associated with it. That's how important it is. This is the backbone to your business. This is the backbone to how you are actually solving products for people based on what you are offering and what you are selling on the market. And it's the spearhead to everything that you are doing with your marketing, acquisition, content, and sales. So if you like this video, guys, drop it a like. If you got any comments, drop them in below. If you've got any requests, again, drop them in below. And if you're not subscribing, subscribe. And if you want to know a bit more information about what we do, there's a link somewhere around my bio. See you next time.